Alright, so you've probably already heard about the controversy of the famous singer, artist, musician, whatever you want to call her, named Doja Cat. She was dressed as a cat the other day. Now she's releasing a new song called Demons, where she's literally dressed as a demon. She's been doing demonic rituals, all sorts of crazy, weird, demonic stuff. Now I wanted to use this video or this topic as an opportunity to bring to you and shed some light on this issue so that you don't fall into the devil's schemes, the devil's ways. Now this shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody that singers and artists and Hollywood stars, actors are doing these types of things. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, because the book of 2 Corinthians 4:4, it says this, that the devil is the god of this world. So everything that this comes from this world, that's why the Bible says in the book of James, whoever is a friend of this world is actually an enemy of God. The Bible is very clear that we should not love anything of this world, but only love the Father and have a relationship with Jesus. Only love the things that come from God. Because everything that comes from this world, everything that comes from Satan, obviously is demonic, it is twisted up, and it is perverted. We see that within this example here of what's happening with Doja Cat. She's completely given her life to Satan, and she's worshiping Satan. This is literally what it is. A lot of people say, well, she's just acting, she's just, pretending to be this, she's pretending to be that. But actions speak louder than words. Who is she serving? Is it Jesus or is it Satan? And obviously she is serving Satan within this example. Now we have to highlight this. We have to be observant as Christians, as believers, as people who are trying to walk the narrow path like Jesus has said. And this is why I say all the time within my videos, within my content, to be very watchful of what you consume. Because if you're consuming garbage songs, garbage content, garbage media, like this new song that she just released, Demons, I mean, there's no wonder why a lot of people, they struggle with lust. There's no wonder why a lot of people struggle with demonic oppression. There's no wonder why a lot of people struggle with sin, depression, and all these types of things, because we are not following the path that God has for us. So right now, I want a quick accountability check. What are you consuming right now? Because if you're consuming lustful content, if you're consuming music from the world, if you're consuming Netflix, Hulu, all these TV shows that have an agenda to push, that is just, have you ever wondered why every single Netflix show nowadays just randomly has lust in it? Why every single music video or every single music that is coming out now has lust in it? All these perverted things that are completely opposite of what God tells you that you should be doing. It's no coincidence. And we need to be, as Christians, watchful of the content that we consume. Sometimes we say to ourselves, well, it's no big deal. I'm just listening to it. I'm not really consuming it. I'm not acting on any of these things. But the more that you consume, right, with your eyes, right, the Bible says that the eyes are the portal to the soul. With your ears, what you listen to is very important, because all this information goes into the back of your mind. And you're saying to yourself, well, I don't know why I'm getting all these temptations. I don't know why I'm getting all these lustful thoughts that just come out of nowhere. Well, what's the music that you're listening to? What type of content are you consuming? Because if you're consuming garbage content like what Doja Cat has been producing, what Hollywood is putting out, there's no wonder why you're struggling with lust, why you're struggling with sin, and why you're struggling to get in an intimate relationship with God. The Bible says to let go of everything of this world. So if you're consuming content from the world, I encourage you, let it go. It's not worth it. The book of Matthew chapter 18, it says that if anything causes you to sin, get it out. God, the Bible says that if your right eye causes you to sin, gouge it out, cut it off. If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off, get it out of here. Because it's better for you to go into heaven with one hand, with one eye, than for you to go into hell with two hands and two eyes. Now, this is a very intense example right here, but this Bible verse is basically saying if anything particular is causing you to sin, get it out of your life immediately, because it's not worth you having that particular thing within your life. So I wanted to shed some light on this example, because this is super demonic, this is super wicked, and we can either use this as, oh man, we can point the fingers, blame fingers, and say, oh man, this world is so messed up. We already know this. But how can we as believers who know the truth, how can we use this as an example to improve moving forward? And I believe that this is a wake-up call to a lot of people for you to stop consuming content from this world, because we know what content and what type of music, what type of media, what type of TV show, movies that Satan is pushing out. All this lustful, demonic stuff. We need to push away from that, and we need to go and get closer to God during these times and not consume whatever the world's trying to give us, because the world keeps on trying to give us all this garbage stuff. It's up to you to say no and go into the path that God has for you. So I want to shed some light on this video. Hopefully this was edifying to you as well, for you to have a wake-up call, for you to not consume demonic content, for you to not consume this worldly music, worldly social media, worldly TV shows, worldly movies, any content that you consume online. Be careful about what you consume. The book of 1 Peter says the devil comes like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. He's going to try to confuse you. He's going to try to manipulate you for you to go into a path where you don't want to be in. You're going to find yourself stuck in sin, wondering, why can't I get out of sin? It's because of these sneaky things that the devil tries to put in your way and that we keep falling for as humans. Now, that's pretty much it for this video. Again, watch what you consume. Now, if you want more content about how to overcome lust and you want more strategies, more tips, check out one of my other videos here. And lastly, too, if you want more help overcoming porn and masturbation, click the first link in my description where I talk about the TRF program. This is a program where I've helped hundreds, if not thousands of men overcome porn and masturbation. And if you're wondering how I've been able to go over 3 years free from lust, porn, masturbation, sex at this point, click the first link in my description where I talk more about this, and I'll see you there. But aside from that, I'll see you in the next video.